Just getting everything ready here. Nobody's coming. Nobody's here. Nobody cares. Apparently nobody likes the Vita. Because nobody's showing up. Yo, gimmick. Missing something. Probably. My Vita collection isn't that big. I only have 17 Vita games, which is sad. Probably are the Vita master. I'll be getting started in a minute. I was getting things ready, but that's true. That's true. There's a couple more I really want to get, but I'll get into that in a minute. I have a couple other ones that are digital, but they're digital only. Which I'll go over those as well. I don't have any Persona games. I'm not a JRPG guy. Unless it's Final Fantasy, and I don't even know if that's considered JRPG. Nobody's showing up, man. It's depressing. I hate anime. The only thing of anime that I like is Spirited Away and Pokemon. Where the fuck did... Ah, shit. Oh, no, where did that go? Fuck. Ah, that's annoying. I was flipping this little Vita cartridge container thing, and I have a little... Normally I have a little extra micro SD card, and it must have flew out, and I have no idea where it is. So that's good. I'll find it eventually. Unless I vacuum and suck it up. It was only 8 gigs, and I never used it. But, you know, that's always good. So, yep, so I just lost that, so that's nice. Could have gone too far. It's not like I was whipping it in the air. I was just flipping it like this. Who knows? Who knows? Whatever. The fuck? Whatever. Whatever. Oh wait, no. Ha! I'm stupid. I put it in my vault case. So I still have it. I'm just an idiot. Isn't there... Yeah, the only one close to fighting is UFC, right? I mean, and then there's like, you know, Mortal Kombat and shit, but that's not... I know what you're saying. Why is nobody here? Was that you who messaged me on PSN that said I didn't know you had a Vita? I can't remember everyone's screen name. I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't know what that is. Alright, well, I guess I'll just get started. Screw it. People aren't here. And people can watch it later, so that's fine. So I'll go over accessories first, as I usually do with collection videos. There's one accessory that I have that I can't find because I recently moved and stuff is everywhere. And that is the portable charger, like the portable battery thing. I have that someplace, and I wish I could find it because it's really cool. I never use it, but it was a cool accessory to have. It's 2:30 a.m. It is, but I have a lot of viewers that are up late slash other parts of the world, but they can watch it later. So the next thing is I just have an extra AC adapter. I got this for $2, so that's why I have it. I actually got 2 of these for $2 a piece, and I think I have another one of these someplace. But I can't remember if I gave one to a friend or not. But yeah, I got 2 of these AC adapters for $2 a piece, so that was sweet. It's still brand new. I never use it, although it's roughed up a bunch. But whatever, I don't care. The next thing I have is I'm gonna take these out. There we go. Is the vault case, which is pretty good. Just because you can take up to 3 games and an extra memory card, which there's an 8 gig card in there right now, and then there's a little protective flap in your Vita goes right there. So that's a pretty cool case. And then I have a cartridge case thing which holds 8 games and 2 extra memory cards. And then, let's see. Then I have my Vita, which is in this aluminum case, it's normally not in this aluminum case. It's usually in the vault. The reason I have this aluminum case on is because I wanted to show you how nice it is. I also have a skin on my Vita, so I'm going to take this aluminum case off. This aluminum case is just a knockoff piece of shit that I ordered on eBay. It took 2 months to get here because it's like $3 from China, but I really liked it. I had a aluminum case for my Wii U gamepad back in the day, and I really liked it, and I found the same case for my I found the same shitty case for my Vita, and no, this is not a Final Fantasy skin, actually. So sorry, bro. This case is actually really hard to get off. There we go. Alright, the case is off. And I'm just going to click this back together so I don't lose it. Never mind, it's not going back together by itself very easily. Yeah, Final Fantasy kind of sucks now. There we go. So, yeah, that's the case. So this is my Vita, and it's a Metal Gear Solid case. or skin. Um, which it's kind of cool how the skin worked. So it literally covered everything, even the front. It had a sticker over the front, which is the same as the back. And then each piece is removable, so you can like pick what you don't want. So like if you can tell, there's on these there's some little creases right here. You're not gonna be able to tell, I don't think, but yeah, right here, and I can remove like the inside of that where the pads are. I can remove this where the trackpad is, but it works with the trackpad, which is really nice. And then I also have a screen protector on the screen itself. And then that fits right in here fine with the skin on, which is nice. So yeah, that's that. And now I go through games. And of course I have a regular AC adapter that's out that I use. It works with every game I've used for Vita so far. Every trackpad game I've used, it works fine for. Alright, games. In alphabetical order, hopefully, if I'm not stupid. I just quickly sorted them when the stream started, so. First one is Dungeon Hunter, which is actually a really good game. I'm not a fan of the new Dungeon Hunters because they've made them like free with monetization and they're mobile and stuff, but this was a really good Vita game. I had two friends that had this, so it was like three-player Diablo on the go, basically. And surprisingly, the PS Vita had really good party chat, actually. Has pretty decent party chat quality. So that was actually really fun. Yeah, so Dungeon Hunter is a pretty good Vita game, in my opinion. Next, I have one of my favorite games of all time, God of War Collection, which is God of War 1 and God of War 2 remastered for the Vita, which is awesome. I've played number 1 all the way through so many times, I can't even tell you. I want to play it again on Vita because I had platinum trophies for 1 and 2, and then I got a new PSN account when I got a new Vita because I had a PS3 way back in the day and it got stolen. And then when I got a new PS3, I couldn't activate my old PSN, so I had to make a new one, which is the one I have now. So I lost all my PS3 trophies, which sucks, because I had like 3 or 4 platinums on there. Because back in the day, I went hard on PS3. I got really into PS3, and now I'm like, I had to start over a few years ago. So I really want to play these through again and get those platinums, because platinum trophies are awesome, and I don't care. Plus, it's God of War, and I love God of War. So, yeah, I'd love to play that again. The next one is FIFA Soccer. I actually really like FIFA games, and FIFA Soccer for Vita is probably one of the better ones. And FIFA 15 is really good, but I'm a really big fan of FIFA Be a Pro Mode. It's really good. It's probably one of the best sport game pro mode things that they have. NBA or 2K games are kind of all over the place. NBA Live sucks. I don't really play much Madden. I don't really know if there is a big big deal pro mode or whatever. And I play NHL once in a while, but I never really get into like the career modes or anything. But FIFA is the one I really dig deep into in terms of any sport game. It's probably FIFA's the one I play the most. I like to play 2K a lot, like on console, but the problem is like every year they fuck shit up and they make it so different and stuff. And one year it'll be really great, one year it'll be totally buggy. I mean, every year it's pretty much buggy. And I know that 2K isn't by EA, but I'm just, saying that's the basketball game I play. But this was probably one of the best FIFA games you can play ever on any platform. And on Vita there was, yeah, like you said, gimmick, FIFA Soccer and then FIFA 13. But in my opinion, FIFA Soccer on Vita and FIFA 15 on console are probably two of the best ones I've played. Just in terms of the Be a Pro mode and how everything works. By the way, in case anybody cares, the team I always play as, my favorite team, is Roma from Italy. The next game is Killzone Mercenary. Now, I've never been a huge fan of first-person shooters. Um, First-person shooters on mobile. They never seem to work, especially on phones. But now that PS Vita has the twin stick thing, it works, and we're making progress to good portable FPS. And we'll see how the Switch does with Skyrim and stuff like that. But this actually works pretty damn well. I've actually played a bit of it. I need to play more because there's only like 9 levels. It's a pretty short game, so I'm just gonna cruise through it. But it's actually pretty good. A bunch of these games I recently got. I haven't played Vita in a long time. I used to have one back when it first came out. Really played it, went real hard on it. That was back on my old PSN account. And because I had tons of trophies on Vita games. Like, I used to just play it hard. That was back in my college days when I was living on campus. So it was the perfect thing to have when I was in school. I could just like go to the library, chill in my little corner that I used to go to where I had no friends. And I was all alone. It was perfect. So, yeah, so this actually I just played for the first time, like a few months ago, and it's really good. I just got to get back into it and knock it out. It's only 9 levels, so, which is pretty short. It also has, it used to have an internet mode and all of that, like online multiplayer, but, no one plays it anymore, so, that's about shot. Another first-person shooter I always wanted to play was Call of Duty Declassified, which I guess people still play it. People still play that Call of Duty game on Vita. I've never played it. It's always been expensive, and I know the game is shitty, from what I'm told, so like I never want to pay $30 for it or whatever, but the next one, which I actually just got done playing a bunch, is Little Big Planet. I just started this today. I've never played it on Vita. I just started this like a few hours ago, and I'm almost done with the first few levels. I've done probably about 3 or 4 missions and then 2 side missions, and it's really fun. I played Little Big Planet on PS3 a ton when the first one came out, and it was pretty good. So, it's a Little Big Planet, so if you like it, you'll like it. It's that simple. And the next one is a game I don't think I've ever played. Ooh, there's stickers on the back of this one. That's gonna bug me. I gotta get those off. I hate stickers on my games. I don't know why I never noticed this. Oh, wait, yeah, I did. And, the only way to get this off is going to be with, like, water, because I bought this... Actually, wait. Yes! I got the stupid sticker off. This isn't GameStop sticker. Actually, this was Amazon, and I never buy used games on Amazon because I like to have the manuals, I like to have complete stuff, but like hardly any Vita game has a book in it. And what I'll do now is if I want to buy a game used online, I'll look up an unboxing on YouTube, see what it comes with inside, and then make sure that listing includes everything. And this said good condition case and cartridge included. And I knew there was no book because I looked it up, but it's Little Deviants. It was like $3, so I was like, yeah, whatever, throw it in the collection. I don't even think I've ever I don't think I've ever played it. Maybe I have popped it in for like 2 seconds, but maybe it's just one of those games to throw in and get some, trophies or something. But I'm really anal when it comes to my collection. I make sure that everything I buy is to my standards. There are a few things I actually own that I hate owning because they're not complete, and it bugs the hell out of me. And I have a few things, like my Vita. I actually don't have the original box for this Vita, and the only way I will satisfy myself with that is by buying a new PS Vita and just keeping it in my collection. Which I want to do anyway. I want to buy a Vita brand new and have that saved because I know how handhelds go when they're sealed, and 10 years from now that value will be really high. And regardless of what a lot of people say, video games is an investment if you're smart. And yes, I do want to get the Slim. The only thing that I hate about the Slim Vita is they changed the screen and stuff, which I've heard isn't as good. But yeah, I do want to get a Slim Vita, and I want to get the original Vita. I want to get sealed ones brand new. But It's just a matter of wanting to spend the money, you know. The next game is Madden 13, which is actually pretty good for a Madden game. I'm not great at Madden at all. I don't play it much, but if I do, this is a pretty good one. I don't think I've played this on this new PSN account, but I should because it is fun. Madden's fun once in a while. I just suck at it. The next game is one that really irritates me, but it's the Metal Gear Solid collection, which includes Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 3, and it also includes Metal Gear VR missions. But the one thing that's always annoyed me about this game is wait a second. Wait, does this have Metal Gear Solid 1 on it? Do you know? I haven't actually opened this in my Vita before. Do you know if this has Metal Gear Solid 1? It says on the back, so on the front it says Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 3. And then on the back it says plus MGS2 VR missions, MG and MG2. I don't know. In the back picture, it looks like it has number 1, but whatever. I think it's really stupid they didn't include number 1, because number 1's my favorite. I actually have never played these two. I played number 3 a tiny bit, didn't get into it. I haven't played number 2 at all, and that's probably why. But I need to probably, because I actually recently played number 1. I think, actually not recently, but 2 years ago I beat it. I played it all the way through, which on PS1, the actual original, it's fantastic. But anyway, moving on. The next game is a game I really love on the Vita, which also has the same stupid stickers that Deviants did. And it's Mod Nation Racers. And this is actually one of the best kart games you can get, in my opinion. Just in general, I think it's one of the better rally racing type games. Crash Team Racing is my favorite of all time. Mario Kart, of course, is good. Pac-Man World Rally on PS2, I believe, was really good, and this one is very good. Remember Little Big Planet's Racer? Oh yeah, Little Big Planet. I never really played that though, so I can't really give an honest opinion. These stickers are not coming off, and that's really pissing me off. I'm gonna have to do my whole refurbish water trick. But yeah, so Mod Nation. Next is Mortal Kombat, which I don't play because I have it on Xbox. But the cool thing about this is it has Kratos from God of War, but I'm not a huge fan of using touch controls for anything. And when they take a game I can play on console with perfect controls, and they put it on Vita with weird touch controls, I just don't care. Plus, I have it on Xbox One, and everybody knows that if I can play a game on Xbox, I play it on Xbox. I use other consoles for exclusives only. But the reason I got Mortal Kombat and this next game, Need for Speed Most Wanted, the only reason I have these non-exclusives like Madden and stuff is because my friend was selling his, and I got them from him really cheap. FIFA's an exception. I would have gotten that regardless because I know how good it is on Vita. So the next one is Need for Speed Most Wanted, which isn't a great Need for Speed to begin with. But I also have this on Xbox, I believe. The next one is probably definitely one of my top favorite, top 5 favorite Vita games, which I will go over my top 5 favorite Vita games at the end, and that's PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. I wish they supported this a little bit more, maybe continued adding things. They did make a few DLC things for it, but I feel like they kind of, they sold this, they uploaded some DLC, and then they just dropped the game and they don't care. There's no talks of a sequel, which I really hope there is. Add some Crash Bandicoot in there. In terms of like a Super Smash Bros. Clone, I really liked it. I thought it was really good. And that's basically what it is. It's just Super Smash Bros. But with PS4 characters, or PlayStation characters, and I thought it was really good. A lot of people didn't like it, but I thought it was really fun. I believe I maxed this out on my old PSN. I don't know if it's on my new one, but I'm going to do that. If anybody else has this, I really need to get the co-op achievement, so, or trophy. So, you know. The next one is a game I haven't played yet, but it's Resistance. Burning Skies. I haven't played this one yet. I plan on trying it out when I finish Killzone. I played the first Resistance back on PS3, and when it first came out, that game was incredible. The graphics blew my mind when it first came out because it was fucking amazing, and it was the only game you could get on PS3 when it first came out. That, Uncharted, and then I think the other game was Dragon's Lair or Dragon something, that weird dragon game that came out on PS3. I think it was just those 3 games. Shortly after, there was some sport games, and then Spider-Man. I remember Spider-Man coming to that, and Fear. That was another big one on that console. But I remember the first Resistance being amazing. The story was funny because they constantly said Nathan Hale was the only survivor in like every fucking cinematic, but that was a really great split-screen shooter back in the day. And, I mean, every Resistance game really sucks when you really think about it and you play them. They're shitty games. But at the time, #1 Resistance Fall of Man was a really great-looking shooter, and it was really fun. Just, they are really shitty games in all reality. But, yeah, so Resistance Burning Skies, I haven't played it yet. But I plan on it at some point, maybe. The next game, which is a surprisingly really fun game, which has stickers on it. What did I do when I bought these? Did I just put them aside and I was like, I'll take care of it sometime? I guess so. But, ooh, this one's coming off. Nope, it's not. So this is Touch My Katamari, which sounds really strange. It's a very weird, very strange Japanese game. Very weird dialogue in this game. Just totally fucking weird. Let me put that there. Move those back. It's a very weird game, but it's actually really fun. I always saw the other Katamari games way back in the day. I saw like a trailer on TV, and I've seen videos of them way back in the day when I was younger. And I was like, that's so fucking weird, you just roll around. But one day at college, I was like, fuck it. And, you know, I was buying like any Vita game I could because I was huge into Vita, and I got this and I was like, wow, this is really fun to just fuck around with. This next game's amazing. It's Uncharted Golden Abyss. It's actually surprisingly a very good and very strong standalone Uncharted game. It's exactly what you would expect in an Uncharted game. It reminds me a lot of Drake's Fortune. It plays like the exact same as an Uncharted game. It's really good actually, and I plan on playing it again on this new PSN account that I have, because it would be nice to get, you know, all of those. I want to go back and get the trophies I had on my first one. It really sucks that that got stolen, and PlayStation's policy back in the day for activating a new console on an account was stupid, and there was nothing I could do about it, and it really sucked. But this next one is probably very close to my favorite Vita game, and that is Unit 13. This is a third-person tactical shooter game, similar to like Splinter Cell or Ghost Recon, something like that. Probably more like Ghost Recon, but the older ones, where you have a mission to do this one thing, you go in and do it, and you win. But this one's really fun because there's tons of levels, and it's challenging, and it's score-based, so like you want to try and get 5 stars on a mission, and it's actually a really good game. This is another Vita game that kind of slid under the radar and nobody really talked about, and I think it's definitely one of the best games. This next one is the Walking Dead Telltale game, first season. This again was from my friend who was selling his Vita, and I basically just bought all of his shit for it. This also has 400 days included, of course, and which I've already beaten all of that on Xbox, and maybe one day I'll play it on Vita just to grab that platinum and up my PlayStation trophy level, because I have a few friends I need to catch up to, so maybe I'll play it again just to get those easy trophies. But yeah, that's the collection right now. I plan on getting a bunch more. The nice thing about Vita is it's a relatively cheap system to collect for, so if you're new to game collecting and you really want to start out strong and get a whole bunch of games for something fast, the Vita is good, especially for a recent um, platform. It's a very good device to collect for because most of the games you can get relatively cheap now. I can tell you right now that, if I added up, um, um, Katamari Resistance, Mod Nation, Racers, Little Deviants, and what was it? Dungeon Hunter. Those 4 games alone was like $20 on Amazon one day, and that's rounding up and free shipping. So that's just a quick example. That's the most recent. Like, that was a purchase I made a while ago. I just remember like getting 4 or 5 games for like $20 for Vita, and there's very few games that are expensive still, and even the ones like there are even still some like Call of Duty is still like $25 to $30 for some reason. It might be different now, but like there's always those few just that are expensive, and then there are a few. I know there's a couple of JRPGs that are crazy expensive still, and then there's a few international exclusives that are expensive to import. But other than that, it's a very cheap system to collect for, which is why I really like it. Plus, the cases are really cool and small, which I don't know why, I just like that. But the PSP is also another good, underrated handheld that that is really cheap to collect for. Dead or Alive Volleyball 3, yeah. Oh, that's another game I need to get is Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive is one of those games that's like so hard. I don't know. It's such a hard game to me. At least the ones I've played have been really hard. Dead or Alive 4 on Xbox 360 was like so fucking hard. But yeah, so that is the Vita collection. I will give you my top 5 favorites out of these, and I'm gonna do Vita exclusives though, so that way you get that way you understand. You know, I'm not picking a game that's on another console. That wouldn't make sense. Let's see. And this one. Alright. Let me organize these from last. I'm going to put this one last just because it's fair. Alright. Alright, top 5 Vita games off the top of my head right now, looking at my collection here. Number 5, and there's only one reason this is number 5, is Dungeon Hunter, because they later ported it to more things. But Dungeon Hunter was probably, for the longest time, my favorite Vita game back in the day when I first got it and was playing it with my friends. It's amazing. It's super cheap now. It's really good if you want one of those really simple dungeon crawling linear based games, which is always fun to have a linear based game once in a while that you can just sit down, open, and just go through. You know, we live in a world where almost every game that comes out now is open world with hundreds of collectibles that are annoying to hunt down and just too much to do and can be overwhelming. So to have a nice linear but open dungeon crawling game, it's nice. So that's number 5. And again, these are off the top of my head real quick, just looking, but I'm very confident in the 5 I picked. Number 4 is PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, and I know a lot of people hate this, but I know I just went over all of these, but I really like this. I love the characters in it. I wish they had like Crash Bandicoot in it, but it's really good for what it is. Especially since, you know, developers didn't really spend that much time on their games for the Vita. I still think this was a pretty good one, especially when it first came out and there was an online community playing it. It was really fun. I just wish, you know, more happened there. I really hope for a sequel in the future, like on PS4 and stuff, where they have like a huge roster. I hope they grow this into like a Super Smash sized game, you know, like a really big, you know, a really big game where they continue to grow it. I feel like that would be really cool. Number 3 is Mod Nation Racers. Again, this game is awesome, especially on Vita. It looks great. There's tons to do, and it is a very strong kart game. Very, very good. Number 2 is Uncharted Golden Abyss. This game's amazing. I don't really have to say much because it's Uncharted. And then number 1 is probably going to surprise everybody, even though I just said it earlier, and that is Unit 13, because I've played this a shit ton. It's very hard, but it's very fun. I really miss the old Ghost Recon games where it was you pick your squad and you try to do these missions in strategic ways. Like the ones on PS2 were incredible, and now it's just like a normal shooter, and it's not. You know, now they've made it this shitty open world bullshit, which is what, you know, that's all Ubisoft does now, is they just copy a world, reskin it, and put a different name on it, and it's annoying. So the old Ghost Recons were really good, and this really reminds me of that, that old strategy-based, you know, mission thing where you're really thinking about your kit and what guns you're bringing. This does a good job at recommending, and I usually just use the recommendation, but it is nice to, sorry, I've got those allergies still. It is nice to have a game where, like, you know, it's like the tactical shooter thing like Splinter Cell. Now, in this one, you don't pick a squad or anything, it's just you. You can play co-op with 2 people. Yeah. So, it's a very fun game. It's good stuff. So, yeah, that's my PS Vita collection. So, yep. Now, if I was picking with, you know, not exclusives and just games out of this pile, it would be a bit different. God of War would be in there, probably. Yeah, probably God of War would be in there, and FIFA Soccer would be in my top 5 Vita games. Now, I guess FIFA could have been in my top 5 because it's called FIFA Soccer. It was only on Vita. Actually, I think it was on DS as well, but it was like its own Vita version. So I guess that could have gone on it, on the list, but I still wanted to keep it as, like, you know, core. I still wanted to keep it as, like, core Vita games, and the only reason Dungeon Hunter was 5 is because, again, they ended up porting it later, and the rest of those games on that list were exclusive to the console, with the exception of this. This was also on PS3, which is why it was high on the list. It probably would have been there anyway, but yeah, these two, this was on PS3 and PS Vita with, like, the cross-play thing, so that's why I counted it towards the exclusive list thing, but, and then this was ported later. I believe it's on phones and stuff now, but, yeah. God, these allergies are killing me still. Fuck. And then, yeah, so next, at some point, I'll do a PSP collection, because PSP is one of my favorite handhelds to collect for. It was extremely underrated console. Tons of great games. I have a bunch of games, but I have nowhere near the level of games I want to have for it. There's tons of great games I'm missing from my childhood, because, again, I used to sell everything I owned to get the next thing, because I was a stupid child and didn't know what I was doing. But I've since bought back so much of the stuff I had, and there's so many games I'm missing for it that I need to get. But the PSP was such a good handheld. If they launched that thing better, if they same with the Vita, if they supported it more and really pushed it out more, both would have done better. I think the biggest problem with the PSP was not having 2 sticks on it. And we'll see what happens when it comes to Sony's next handheld, because they filed a patent for a handheld with 2 clickable analog sticks. They patented the portable. The thing they patented was that the sticks could be clickable, so nobody files a patent without the intent to use it, and unless they're going down the line of copying, you know, the Nintendo Switch, which I hope not, because the Switch sucks. Although I feel like it'd be better coming from Sony and Microsoft just because the games are better. And hey, they'd probably actually release games for theirs, unlike the Switch. But anyway, yeah, so I'm hoping they make a new, I hope they make a new Vita. That'd be really nice. And the Switch does suck. There's like 3 games out for it. Just because you like Breath of the Wild, it doesn't make the console good. There's like, what are we talking? There's Splatoon 2, Zelda, and Mario Kart, which is a port of a game that already came out. So those are the 3 biggest games right now. And the ones I play and like are the ones that aren't the main games. ARMS is not worth $60, by the way. It's just a little arena fighting game, isn't it? Like, it does not seem like it is worth $60 at all. And again, I haven't bought it or played it yet because I don't think it's worth $60, because you just throw arms at people. And it looks fun, but it's hard for me to spend $60 on a Switch game when, you know, they all suck for the most part. The ones I liked the most was Bomberman, which I didn't even play that much, but I love Bomberman. Frontier Days, which is a really good downloadable game, and Mario Kart. And luckily for me, I didn't already play it on Wii U, so it was new to me. But when you think about it in all reality, it launched with 1 major title, which was a giant mistake. And since then, it's gotten 1 other major title and 1 major port. And that's really all it's gotten. And then a new IP, which is ARMS, which, again, hasn't even done that well. Like, nobody talks about that game. But it just came out. No, it's been out for, like, what, 4 months or 5 months now? When did it come out? April? Or March? It came out in March. So it's been, like, 5... Wait, what month is it? 8? No, not every new system. The Xbox One launched with 4 exclusives and other games. The PS4 launched with 3 exclusives and other games. And actually, no, the PS4 launched with 2 exclusives. Killzone and Knack, I believe. The Xbox One launched with Dead Rising, Forza, Rise. It launched with Assassin's Creed, which wasn't an exclusive. It launched with a few sport games, I believe, and Killer Instinct, and I know there's more because I bought every single one, and it was a huge stack. And not every exclusive on Xbox One sucked. Actually, the launch games for the Xbox One are some of the best on the console, in my opinion. But The Runner, what's up? That's a conversation for another day. I'm using Ubuntu, and it won't let me view the vid. What do you mean? That's weird. The video's not loading on Ubuntu? What? You're using the standard browser, right? Do you have the plugins? I know some versions of Linux are totally scrapped and they don't have, like, anything. But you're using Ubuntu, it should work. If you can, hit the like button. Even though you can't see the video, hit the like button, right? Let me see. I'm just going to pop something in here real quick. In my Vita. Because I do want to go over my digital games, because I haven't done that yet. Thank you for hitting the like button. I appreciate it. Alright, so downloadable games. So, first of all, I have my apps organized in a cool way. I've seen a lot of Vitas in my time. And everybody... everybody has... Ooh, I got a trophy for something that didn't pop earlier. Alright. I'm fine with that. Alright, so everybody organizes their apps on their phone and their devices in the weirdest ways, and I always do mine the same way. So on the Vita, I have... Let me see if I can turn the brightness down so you can see this better. That's better. I can do it more. Turn it down all the way. That should help. Alright, so there are the go away notifications. There are the standard apps which I have on the first 2 pages, and they're organized alphabetically. And then after that is when my games start, which are all alphabetical, because I am fancy as fuck. And I do hate the PlayStation TV. I used to have one, and then I sold it because I was an idiot. I should have just kept it. But they're so fucking cheap now. Alright, so I have Bastion and Borderlands 2, which are both downloadable. And the reason I have Borderlands 2 digital, even though I have it on console, I have the collection. On my old PSN account with my old Vita, I had the Borderlands package thing. And I activated it on the account. When I got my new Vita with my new PSN, I was able to download that again. Because the Borderlands codes I didn't actually use, I still had them. So I was able to activate it on this new PSN account. And then I also have Jetpack Joyride and Limbo, which is amazing. Limbo's so great. I have Luminous Electronic, whatever it's called, Electronic Symphony, that's what it is. Which I think it's not even the full version. I think it's a demo. But I also have more. Sorry, I lost connection. I have Super Stardust Delta, which is a really fun game. And then I have Tactics Ogre Let Us Cling Together, which is a PSP classic downloaded. And then I have Total Recoil. And then the rest are just installs. But Tactics Ogre was a game on PSP, which I never played. And for some reason, when I was in college, I wanted to get it because it looked cool. And then I never really played it. But I know that it's really good because I have heard many good things. So what I'm going to do actually now that I got talking about it, I want to do a PSP collection live now. And so I am going to grab the stuff for that, and let's do that. Because that'll be sweet. So give me 1 second, and I'm going to do my PSP collection. So I'm just going to run right over here and grab all my stuff. Just sit tight for 1 second. Actually, I can take you with me. Actually, I can't because you're plugged in. 1 sec. So much stuff. Okay, I had to put it on this box so I could carry it all. Alright, and then I have this. And then... Alright. I thought I had more, but I guess I don't. But that's fine. I got a shit ton here. And let me just organize this real quick. I've got a lot to go over here. And actually what I might do, I might stop the stream, start a new one and rename it, and then they're separate. And then when people watch them later, it might make more sense that way. I don't know yet. Let me organize this shit and see how much I actually have, because there's so much here. That goes there. And that goes there. This. Yeah, there we go. There. So many games. I'm trying to keep them somewhat organized. Oh shit, I forgot these. been wanting to do this for a long time. So let's see, I'm going to finally, oh, I have that game? That's cool. I forgot about that. Oh, that's not right. Those don't go there. Those go here. Sorry, 1 second. Yes, you will. You will. So this is the PSP collection video, and then I'm going to be doing another video on my PSP stuff. And yeah, this one will be published, and then the PSP one will be published as well. I know sometimes I don't always publish some of my live streams, especially the ones that like disconnect all the time. Those ones I don't end up keeping, but this one will be up. Yes. Alright, these go here. Alright, some of these got weirdly unorganized. I don't know how that happened, but this goes there. There we go. Yeah, you too. See you later. I'm almost ready. Cooking stream, deep fried oysters, those are fun. Alright, cool. Yeah, I want to actually do some more food stuff. Some other weird things. I don't want to be the basic guy that, you know, copies every other YouTuber, so it'd be cool to do some more food stuff, but like other, you know, other things that aren't a normal thing to see. But yeah, that would be cool to do. That's a good idea. Alright. Give me 1 sec. There's some things in the other room I gotta grab for this. Alright, so I got all my games here. Well, I had a few other in the other room. Okay, I just gotta put these in here. And then this one. And this one. Alright. That's ready. This is ready. And this. Alright, PSP collection is ready. So I'm going to end this stream and then start a new one in a minute or two. I'm going to have to click end and then wait a minute for YouTube to do whatever it has to do, and then I will start a new one. So it should only be a minute. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Thank you for watching, and I will see you at my PSP collection. Goodbye, everybody.